Hello Capricorn, welcome to your April 2022 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. I'll do the sound bowl just to cleanse the energy for about 20 seconds. So if you'd like to take a nice deep breath in and exhale. All right, Capricorn. So I'm remembering your last reading, and your last reading had you start of the month was a pretty difficult start of the month, but then slowly coming out of sort of heavy energy and then finding your mojo and finding your sense of spirit back again. So I'm quite interested to see what April has in store for you. I'm going to do three piles, 3 rows. The first will be your objectives, your current energies. The second, any obstacles, anything that's unseen to you, and then the outcome. And I will be cutting the deck. Capricorn, we have Emperor. Oh, very strong external energy there. The Sun, yay! And Call, Judgment Call, right. Let's go a little deeper. Okay, the Lovers under the Emperor. Queen of Cups under the Sun. 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. Knight of Wands. King of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Hello, we like this, Capricorn. You are the earth element. You love your pentacles. There's a Wheel of Fortune there, so nice major arcana standing up in your main reading. And then the 9 of Pentacles. Very nice. Very, very nice. Right, you definitely have a decision that's needing to be made, and it sort of visits you at the beginning of the month and again at the end of the month. You start off quite in this Emperor energy, this can-do sense of spirit that you have. Okay, so as I was saying again about the March, coming to the end of March, you started to feel back in your vibe, starting to know what, how to, it's like returning back to your sense of self, knowing what your strengths are and working with your strengths, rather than the beginning of the week, beginning of the month, kind of focusing too much on what you would consider your weaknesses. So as you're ending the month of March, with kind of operating in your sense of power and knowing what works for you and focusing on your positive traits, it does feel like it leads up to some sort of decision that needs to be made about how how you can invoke more passion in your life. Okay, it could also be about decision relating to, it feels like you're trying to now really look forward, look ahead to the future with the Emperor card, and you're trying to make a decision on where your long-term sense of security lies. Now the question is that in Pentacles, in your money, in your finance? Is that in your home environment, which is also very sort of earthly feeling? Is it in your emotional body? Is it in your mental body? Or is it in your spiritual body? And these are the things that you're trying to sort of work out. But because it's the Emperor, which is a very sort of physical, tangible, external element, it does feel like you're trying to work out what that choice is as relates to your lifestyle and the day-to-day things of handling things, you know, your petty sort of day-to-day things, but also looking forward to that later down the line, you're gradually building for that 10 of Pentacles. But there is some worry there as well. So we will be clarifying further. I'm just going to go ahead. So that's the sort of energy that you're in a very powerful position starting April, because you really are tackling these things head on, but perhaps a little bit too much caught in the head space. But because it's a 9 over here with the 9 of Swords, I do feel like it's coming to an end, because 9s do reflect endings. Okay. What is unseen to you at the moment is very, very exciting. The sun brings a full illumination. Okay. And you're starting to either see yourself in that very nurturing energy of the Queen of Cups, or you've got someone very close around you who represents a Queen of Cups energy. And the Queen of Cups energy is someone who's very nurturing, very motherly, very in touch and connected to her emotional bodies. Okay, a good listener, empathetic, an empath maybe, psychic awareness even. All of these things together with the Knight of Wands and the energy, fuel, drive to move forward. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So it feels like as you're trying to navigate and make those choices for the future as we start the month off, you know, where is your sense of security? Where does it really lie? I feel like there's going to be an illumination of the fact that actually it all comes from that heart space with the Queen of Cups, because the heart space of the Queen of Cups is the thing, is its starter. It's like that, the flick of the switch. It's like the first, it's the engine that starts this fueling this Knight of Wands energy, which is your momentum, your drive, your motivation to get stuff happening. And this is also quite a fast energy, very excitable energy. But I feel like the Knight of Wands is triggered by the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups could be a person in your life that helps you generate this. So it could be that the Queen of Cups is someone who's now suggested something to you, you know, a good friend, a parent, a lover, non-gender specific. Okay, it could be that that person is triggering you this drive and this momentum and this excitement forward. And then we have a turn of events with the Wheel of Fortune here, again turning in your favor because it's under the Sun card. So I see that it's what choice that you have to make in the beginning. I feel like you're going to get some sort of surprise as to, wow, you didn't actually figure it out that way. Okay, because it's almost like the illumination, seeing things as they truly are, and that bountiful energy of abundance and almost like having the spotlight on you as well, is the thing that charges your emotional body up, your heart space, and triggers you into this exciting passion forward. Okay, so we've got passion, excuse me, twice. Then you're led to make a judgment call. Okay, now the call card is all about either resurrection or it's being recognized. Let's just put it that way. So either you're being recognized from the universe, because this all feels fairly kind of spiritual, you know. The call card is about being recognized for your worth, and also you coming to that point where you recognize and see things from a bird's eye view. You're able to see, I mean, especially with that illumination card there with the sun, but you're able to kind of zoom out and have an overall picture of your situation and the things that you're doing day to day, and how does that really replicate or manifest into physicality moving forward into the future. But we have a judgment call coming up. So part of it will entail a bit of research on your front, okay? A bit of exploration, could even be some higher learning, although I don't have the Hierophant here. But this is kind of like keeping your head down and doing the groundwork forward. Then we've got the King of Swords, which would represent that authoritative figure, that bureaucrat, you know, a legal expert or financial advisor or a doctor, anything like that. Okay, so it feels like you've got to do some work with regards to this, but I do feel like you're going to get a judgment on that from this King of Swords. So there could be some sort of judgment coming into your life that is given to you by an organization, a person representing an organization, let's just put it that way, okay, which is going to invoke a bit of extra research on your front. But the beauty of this is that it's empowering you into more independence, more financial independence, and more kind of very solid foresight for the future. So when you begin the month with that planning and thinking ahead about what are the choices that I make in terms of my long-term sense of security, I do feel that by the end of the month, you make that final decision, you make that judgment call, and whatever it is, it's going to be very beneficial for you, because we've got Pentacles twice now. So you're walking on the physical realm. It could even be that you get a payout here with the Ten of Pentacles, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to spend it wisely, or how do I make this last, or you know. But I do feel that whatever judgment that you're going to be making, okay, I do feel like there's an external body attached to this. It's going to require you to do a little bit of work, but ultimately it's going to bring you into more financial independence and a transformation to your daily activities. Okay, very exciting. Let us clarify further. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. So I feel a bit more excited about this reading compared to last month. Last month I felt fairly heavy in the beginning, but now I feel like it's like you're implementing, you're now taking action. And when you take action, the other things kind of work within it as well. Sometimes taking action is making a decision, you know. Otherwise you tend to be sort of stuck in a stagnancy, not knowing which way to go. But remember, there's no such thing as a wrong decision. Right, lovers, we have King of Swords again. Interesting. Right, Queen of Cups, we have King of Wands. Knight of Wands again. Nine of Swords, we have Queen of Cups again. Wow, we have a lot of people surrounding you this month. Knight of Wands, we have Three of Pentacles, King of Swords, we have Wheel of Fortune. Again, you've got the Wheel of Fortune twice. So you're definitely getting fortune favoring you this month. Perhaps I'm just hearing fortune favors the bold. And of course, we've got the Emperor here. He is a bold leader. The lion's head is that pride, that boldness, okay? Fortune favors the bold. So perhaps whatever judgment call you need to make, whatever decision you need to be making, I think you need to be bold with it. Ten of Pentacles, the Devil. See what's happening there. Wheel of Fortune, we have Queen of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles, we have Page of Pentacles. Right. Okay. So again, this decision that you need to be making about your future really entails, it is really to do with how it does feel like it's to do with your lifestyle. So that balance between your work, your home life, also your relationships to a degree, but it is involving someone of an official standing, let's just put it that way. And that's a decision that you're trying to make, trying to work out, okay? The Nine of Swords, this anxiety is it can also be to do with a loved one, this Queen of Cups energy that I was talking about before. So it could be to do with a motherly energy. It could be some anxiety to do with a friend. The Queen of Cups represents someone who is nurturing, so that would often be like a motherly energy, but of course be a good friend. It could even be a love partner, and there is a bit of concern around this person, and perhaps you're trying to figure that into the equation of your long-term sense of security, because that's really what you're trying to, you're planning ahead with the Emperor. Now the Ten of Pentacles relating to either some wealth coming in, some inheritance, or just your sense of home, your sense of security, where your money is at, or your property. We've got the Devil. So there does seem to be a little bit of attachment here to that. So if, for example, you are on the receiving end of wealth coming in, or a bit of money, unforeseen income, then there could be a little, that's going to really help you for the future, but there could be perhaps an unhealthy attachment to that. If it's not money that's coming in, although it does look quite positive, then it would be relating to what you already have in the bank, or what you already have within your property, okay, where you have your sense of security in a physical aspect. Okay, now with the Devil card being there, it does feel like there is maybe a little bit of an unhealthy attachment to it. Perhaps that is where your focus has been at with all your decisions for the future, has been too money orientated. That's why you've got to inhabit the heart. Okay, so just to be aware of that. So it does feel, I mean, that's very promising with the Ten of Pentacles, but with the Devil being there, I would just be careful that we don't feel imprisoned by it, okay? Because money should, we all have different relationships with money. Some of it can be positive, some of it can be negative. Sometimes we feel imprisoned by it if we don't have it, or imprisoned by it if we have it, but we're too scared to spend it, that sort of thing. So it might be useful for you to work out what your relationship is to money, and see if you can slightly detach from it, okay? Because I do feel like the heart space is the thing that really is going to help you break out of that. Queen of Cups with the King of Cups, I would say this could be it's two kind of different types of people, I would say. And one person is very nurturing, a good listener, very caring. Another person is more kind of like free-spirited, a natural leader, a bit of an entrepreneur. So this could be a couple outside of you, okay, that they're not like, I wouldn't really say an equal match, but more like complementary each other, you know, very different, that are sort of going to help you with as relates to your momentum forward. Or could be that it does feel like two people, and it doesn't feel like your energy. It does feel like someone else is coming in, and it's because you're surrounded by loads of people this month, okay? It feels like where you might naturally want to take the lead in something and have the fire and be the lead in something, it feels like it's calling you to more be slow down, soften, and listen to your heart every time, because the sun is bringing a lot of illumination to it. I just want to see if there's anything else, please, for the Queen of Cups. Anything else, please, for the Queen of Cups? Thank you. We have Two of Cups and Knight of Swords. Yeah, so as I say, it could be a union between these two people. It could even be a situation at work where by two people don't normally get along, but then they start to see eye to eye, and it comes through there's communication. So this looks like there's communication between two people. Knight of Swords is all about communication, sometimes forced, but the Two of Cups talks about people coming on the same sheet. They're on the same page, basically, right? Equal open communication. They both know where each other stands. So it does seem that that's the thing that's going to be illuminating for you, is that between two people in your life, now one of them obviously could be you, but it could just be people who are really part of your tribe, okay? So very, very connected to. There's going to be open, honest, and I would say quite beautiful communication between these two people, particularly if they tend to be opposites. With the Knight of Wands and Three of Pentacles, this just means that that sun is really booming your sense of spirit and excitement to charge forward and go back on something that you've worked on before. Okay, so Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration or tweaking something that you've already completed, but you know, it's like a steak, and the steak just needs a little bit of sizzle. So you're trimming the fat, you're getting rid of the what's really kind of not really necessary, and you're just zhuzhing it up a bit. You're just adding a bit of life to it. So you're kind of tweaking something, perfecting something, and you've got the energy and the drive to do so. And the Wheel of Fortune with the Queen of Pentacles is that you're starting to, the Wheel of Fortune is now turning in your favor. I feel like it's happening twice. It's like the wheels turns a bit and then it turns again later in the month. Initially, it's starting to turn away from this energy of the devil and this attachment to a sense of money into this Queen of Pentacles energy. Now, obviously, this could be a person as well. It could be a very earthy person, is basically a very resourceful person, someone who's quite in charge of the domestic home environment, but this person would also have their own business sort of thing, if you know what I mean. And what I love about this is that what you set out to do is very promising, because it sets a stage for the sun to come in. But the illumination that comes in is that you shift this attachment to financial wealth or property. You shift that attachment into more like resourcefulness. So instead of kind of going, okay, well, I've got X amount to do with what I need to do, and if I don't have any left, then I'm screwed forever. Therefore, I'm going to be really precious about it. That's sort of this energy here. But the Wheel of Fortune is now changing into the Queen of Pentacles energy, which is basically making you the resourceful one, that no matter what, you've got more to handle. You've got more, you can always access more. So you don't always have to be fixated on a particular sum or particular product, okay? It is ever renewing, and that's the Wheel of Fortune that's coming in with that Queen of Pentacles. So it feels like you are embracing that energy. I mean, you are Capricorn, so you would be an earth sign like that. So I do feel like you're changing the game a bit, rather than looking at your bank balance and thinking that's it. You rather are, and I'm talking about Pentacles because obviously it is Pentacles, but it can be in any avenue in your life where you have something fairly set in stone that you tend to rely on as security, if we just put it that way. But what's changing for you is that you're starting to see the difference between what's outside and then what's internal. And what's internal is this ever perpetuating ability to access more as and when you need it, okay? Which is really, really positive. Eight of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. This thing that you're tweaking, that you're going back on, perfecting, you're quite excited to do it. It's just going to take a little bit extra work, so that's fine, okay? And it's really your judgment call about how much time you access to it. You need to figure out for yourself how important it is for you, because it does seem like it would pay off in the long term if you do commit a bit of extra time to it. The King of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Again, now this seems like the second Wheel of Fortune that's coming your way, meaning that this sense of bureaucracy, the sense of, remember I was talking about this decision of how you navigate what choices you need to make, where it feels like you have some sort of authoritative figure that you need to kind of work out what your future plans will pan out as it relates to that. I feel like you don't see that at the end of the month you get an amazing something probably quite unexpected, but a very positive outcome. If a judgment needs to be made from an authoritative figure, then it is in your favor for sure, because that judgment has come from, the Court card is the Judgment card. So the King of Swords makes a judgment which turns the Wheel of Fortune in your favor, okay? So I do feel that like particularly, I mean, the King of Swords could even be an estate agent, you know, deciding, okay, well, what do I do? Because I feel really attached to my property. So this is an example, right? Would it be wise for me to sell my property and move somewhere else because I can use that money to do this, 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 this? This is what the Emperor is trying to figure out, right? In this example. But the choice is like, well, which estate agent do I do it? Or what? How much money am I going to get out of it? What I do say is that if around the end of the month, you get more than you realized. There is some sort of external figure, okay, who represents an organization, who is going to make a judgment call on this for you as it relates to your money or your work. And it's going to be very promising. As it relates to what that does is it puts you in that element of independence, which I was talking about before, financial independence, but with a little cherry on top with a Page of Pentacles, because you get the good news coming in and realizing, wow, I'm actually better off than I realized. I have more freedom with myself than I realized. So what I really love about this reading is you go from being in this sort of bound, chained up energy over here. I don't know if you can see that, but the people, the two people there are chained together with the devil into this freedom of the Nine of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, there could be, because we've got this Lovers card here with two people, and then the Devil card here with two people. So it almost feels as well that for some of you, there may be, as you trying to navigate the future and plan ahead for the future with that Emperor card, there may be this tendency to kind of go, well, I need to do whatever I do. It's like, this is a choice that needs to be made about like maybe a partnership, right? And this is like, well, I'm a bit worried that now we're going to be chained together in this, and then we're bound in some way, okay? I would say that that's not the case. I think that whatever decision that you need to make about the partnership as relates to some sort of authoritative figure, I feel like what it's actually doing is giving you more freedom, okay? So where you were worried that might make you feel a bit bound, particularly because we've got there's Two of Cups here as well, so this could be you and the other person too, but remember, non-gender specific. But I do feel like as you plan for the future, try and think more positively, because I do feel that the areas where you might feel that you are bound in a certain way or trapped in a certain way, perhaps even in a legal state, I would say that it's not how you think. It's actually going to give you more freedom, and perhaps even more income as well. So a very interesting read. Right, let us get a oracle card just to complete the reading for some advice from Spirit. Okay, what does Capricorn please need to know for April 2022? Here we have, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay, and then we have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So, beautiful, beautiful energy. This is just Spirit just kind of reminding you to stay charged up in your positive mentality, the focus on your positives. Don't pay any attention to what you would consider your weaknesses. Don't draw attention to them either. Focus on your positives. So you don't want to be bounding yourself by anyone or anything, okay? And as soon as you start to think along those lines with that Devil card about how you feel trapped in a certain situation, that's you dimming your light. What you need to do is breathe more on that sun energy or that illumination. I'm going to blossom. I'm going to bring out, I'm going to be me and truly me and authentically me, because I know then that things are much easier to attain because I'm being honest with myself. And when I'm honest with myself, I'm honest with others. So be mindful of where you might be sort of holding yourself back in that respect, and have the adventure in taking that leap of faith. Okay, that again, that talks about positivity, thinking about, okay, well, I don't really need to keep myself housed in. I can believe that if I venture out and work with my light and beam brighter, that things will just naturally flow. And it will. It absolutely will, because we got the Sun card, we got that Core card, and we've got all this good stuff happening. Okay, you just need to pay attention to, at the beginning of the month, what you're planning for the future, and try not to get too caught up in the headspace and also thinking about other people. Okay, because there's so many other people around you and there's lots of concern around other people. Well, no. Try and declutter that if you can for now, and just bring it back to you. Okay, and catch yourself every so often if you can. Where am I holding myself back here? Where am I kind of holding my tongue? Where am I kind of not being honest with myself? Because those are the things, when you realize them, when you are aware of them, then you can make a positive change. So it's basically saying, don't dim your light to fit in, because you know the universe will catch you if you take that leap of faith and believe in them more. So that's all I have for you, Capricorn. I hope it helped. I wish you all the best for the month, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.